Hi, welcome to this presentation on Prince2 Management Products. My name is Ashish Dhoke and I work as a trainer and consultant at Projecting IT. Projecting IT is a Prince2 ATO and we do Prince2 and Agile trainings through online and classroom formats across the world. In this presentation, we are going to discuss about the Prince2 project management products, the deliverables of the management team. These are basically set of information used during the project for monitoring, tracking, and making decisions about the project. My name is Ashish Tok and I come from project management background from software development and management, and I'm actually a trainer on Prince2 and Agile, and I work with projecting IT. About the Prince2 management products, there are total 26 management products recommended in the Prince2 manual. These are the outputs of processes. Now, you can consider them as physical documents or you can consider them as set of information. It depends upon your project environment, based on which you can decide whether you need them to be documented or do you want to share this information in other ways. Now it depends, like if your project is being done by some external supplier, then you might want a formal way of making decisions and tracking projects. So these 26 products, you can think about them as deliverables or outputs of processes. They provide plans, reports, or tracking information required for knowing what the project is to do, the targets, the tracking, and the monitoring information. For example, the business case is used by the project management team to justify the project investment and to make decisions throughout the project about whether the project remains justified. And then you have project initiation document, which is prepared during the planning time, and this is where you actually define how the project will be monitored, controlled, and delivered. It defines various strategies and plans to deliver the project. We also have risk register that captures the threats and opportunities of the project along with the responses taken and the status of each risk. Similarly, we have end stage report that is done at the end of each stage or milestone by the project manager to help the project board understand the status of project and to decide what to do next with the project. Now, in same ways, all other project management products help in capturing some or other information about the project, which could be to do with plans or reports or tracking information. We'll have a quick look at these deliverables and what they contain and why they are used and by whom. Yeah. Here is a quick look at all the project management products once again. In this one, I have categorized them in three ways. Baseline products, which are usually your plans that say how the project work will be done. You prepare baselines during planning, which is called as initiation in Prince2. So the planning products include business case, that is to justify the project, the project product description, which contains the high level scope and quality expectations, the project brief, which is used to decide if the project goes into initiation. The project brief contains both business case and project product description. We have risk management strategy, configuration management strategy, quality management strategy, and communication management strategy. All these four strategies are like planning approach on how to do a specific thing in projects. For example, the communication strategy talks about who are the project stakeholders and how they will be kept in loop during the project. The product description are the detailed specification of your project scope and requirements. So project product description is a high level information about the project, and the product description is about specific functionality in your project. For example, in software world, you have requirements specification document or business case, business requirements, which are very high level information about business needs and requirements. That's project product description, high level scope of project and project acceptance criteria. And then the product description are like functional specification that capture detailed functionality of a specific product of your project. So if I'm doing website, project product description is overall requirement on the website, whereas product description is about a specific functionality. For example, how the payments work. The plan is for three types of plan: project, stage, and team. And we have three different levels of plans which contain different information according to the audience. We'll talk about them when we discuss plans. And then there is benefits review plan, which is used to confirm benefits of your project. Project initiation document is an extended project brief. It is prepared during initiation stage and it is used as a baseline to make decisions about the project. The project initiation documentation is effectively a comprehensive plan that contains the project business case, the project product description, the project brief, risk management strategy, configuration strategy, quality strategy, communication management strategy, product description, and plans. So PID compiles and assembles all other planning documents and is used throughout for decision making. Work package is the terms of reference agreed between the project manager and the team manager. So project manager assigns a work package to the team manager and it describes the efforts, costs, timelines agreed between project manager and team manager. These are all baseline products. These are used to compare performance and make decisions about the project. The plans uses iterative approach in that you make strategies and plans, but at the end of each stage you review them to see are they working for you, and you use a inspect and adapt policy in that if something is not working or you need some improvements you can change them. So the PID is effectively updated at the end of each stage to bring in those improvements. Those are baseline products. In Prince2 manual, you will find a suggested template for each of them in the Appendix A. The record section contains the products that are basically used to track and monitor project progress. So we have daily log, which is used by the project manager to capture informal issues and reminders and follow-on actions for the project manager. It is not shared with others, but it is just used like a daily diary by the project manager. Lessons log is used to capture all project lessons, like what went well and what went wrong. The risk register, issue register, and quality register are used to track, monitor the project risks and issues. So if any change request comes, it gets recorded in the issue register. If you identify a new threat, it goes into the risk register. And if any quality review is completed and our product is approved, you tick the quality register for that product. So these basically keep records of things done and the progress made. Configuration item records are like your version controls of the project documents. Like if you have a project requirements document and if it goes through several changes, it tracks all the changes and why they were made, by whom, and when. Okay, it is used to see the history of a project document. Product status account, once again, is a history of all project documents. So it shows you snapshot of all project products and their status and latest version. Then we have the reports section. These are basically status reports to provide the project stakeholders about the progress made on the project. Checkpoint report is like time-driven report prepared by the team manager to help the project manager understand what's the status of the work package and the latest information about what has been completed, what's remaining, and so on. Highlight report, just like the project manager receives checkpoint report from team manager, highlight report is received by the project board. It is sent by the project manager to help them understand where we are on a given stage or on the current stage. When we have issue report, it's used to basically inform the board about, for example, a change request. Exception report are used when the stage or project tolerance is forecast to exceed. This is like to alert the board about the problems and the required decision making on the stage or a project level. End stage report is a milestone report when you have achieved or completed a stage. Project manager documents the analysis and the kind of a description about how the stage was delivered, so that the board can decide what to do next. Lessons report is compilation of all key lessons derived from the lessons log. The lessons report is submitted to the board, who then go and share the lessons with the corporate. And then we have this end project report, which is the project closure report, to help board understand how the project work was completed and also evaluate the performance of the project management team. So these are all 26 templates altogether, not necessarily to be seen as project documents. It depends upon your project environment, like I said before. But these are used as an information by project stakeholders to see how the project is being done. Yeah, whether you keep them as physical documents or whether you use them set of information will depend upon your project. We'll have a quick look at all these products just to help you get familiar with these products. Let's just refresh the Prince2 process model once again. We have 7 processes in Prince2. Each process has a specific purpose, like starting up a project has to do initial investigation about the project scope, stakeholders, and expectations. Only after we have completed the initial investigation, we submit the findings to the board. The board uses directing a project to make decisions about the project and to review the project status. Board does all the approvals for moving from one stage to another or whenever there are exceptions. Initiating a project is used by the project manager to make plans for the project and to tell how the project work will be done. It prepares the baseline targets and how they will be achieved. Controlling a stage is used by the project manager on a day-to-day basis to deliver one management stage of a project. It is used to delegate work to teams and to keep stakeholders informed, whereas managing product delivery is used by the team manager to receive work package from the project manager and to do the work as defined and deliver the work package back to the project manager. Managing stage boundary is used at the end of each stage to see how the stage was delivered and to update project strategies, plans, and plan what's happening next. Finally, closing a project is about handing over the products to the operations team and uh, taking a final sign off on the project. Now, the outputs that we have seen, these 26 outputs of the project or set of information, are created or updated or reviewed as part of these 7 processes. To give you an example, business case is produced during starting up a project with high level estimates based on assumptions, which is then used by the board in directing a project to see if this project is viable and justified. When they give a go ahead, we go into initiating a project where we do detailed planning. With more information available about the project, we update the business case and submit it again to the board. They will now see a latest information and estimates on the project, based on which they allow the project to move to the next stage. So throughout the project, we use Prince2 processes, and when we use or when we perform the work defined in the processes, we create those management products like business case, risk registers, work package, and reports. We will see each product now quickly about what's the purpose of that product. So first, let's see the baseline products. Let me recall. Baseline products are the planning information which is used to monitor how the project is progressing. It is used like a benchmark to compare performance of the project. These help us understand the targets to be achieved by the project. Let's talk about business case. Business case is prepared by the executive or the project manager. Business case describes the reasons behind undertaking the project. Business case also tells what solution will be delivered by the project and the cost and timelines required for delivering that solution. It also compares the cost of delivering the solution with benefits of using the solution to see if the investment is worthwhile. We have business case created first cut in the starting up a project, but thereafter it is used throughout the project and it is reviewed, updated and maintained. It is used to decide if the project is justified to continue. The next one is the project product description. The project product description is prepared during starting up a project. The project manager will identify the high level scope and requirements of the project and also identify with the stakeholders what will make them accept the project. So the definition of the project at a very high level is captured in the project product description along with the acceptance criteria for the project and who will sign off the final project. This is used to gain acceptance to the project at the when it is completed. The project product description is reviewed and updated again in initiation and thereafter checked to ensure the project is delivering products and scope according to the agreed requirements. Any changes to the to the agreed scope can be identified using project product description. Project brief contains both business case and project product description. It is prepared during starting up a project. Project brief is like a document that contains several other information like why the project is required, what work will be undertaken, how long it will take, how much it will cost, uh, whether we are outsourcing the project or we are doing it ourselves. So the project approach, the project brief also describes the project management team structure, roles and the people appointed to the project management team. Project brief is prepared using the project mandate that is provided by the corporate. Project brief is submitted to the board after starting up a project is over. It is used by the project board to decide whether to start project initiation. However, once the initiation work is complete, the project brief is expanded and refined into a more comprehensive document called as project initiation document. You can also call it PID. So project brief gets replaced by a PID. Risk management strategy is produced during initiating a project. Risk management strategy describes how project risks will be managed. It talks about who should be involved in identifying project risk, where are we going to document the project risks, what will be the structure of a risk register, who will maintain the risk register, how status on risks will be communicated to stakeholders. Apart from that, it also contains the risk tolerance, that is, at what time the board or the corporate will be informed about a forecast exceed to risk tolerance. It becomes part of the project initiation document. It's a baseline document reviewed, updated at the end of each stage. Configuration management strategy is also prepared during initiating a project. Configuration management strategy also is a baseline document that becomes part of the PID. Configuration management strategy describes how project changes and issues will be controlled. So if anybody wants to raise a issue or a change request, how it is to be submitted to the project manager, where all the project issues will be captured and tracked, who is going to make decisions on changes, how the version controlling of project documents will take place, and the overall procedure for handling project changes. Configuration strategy is reviewed and possibly updated at the end of each stage by the project manager. Quality management strategy is also part of PID and is a baseline document. Quality management strategy describes the standards to be applied by the project. It is derived from your company's quality management system. It describes how the customers expectations and acceptance criteria will be met. Which techniques are we going to use for doing quality management? It also talks about where the quality activities will be tracked and monitored. It also talks about the reporting to be done for project quality activities. It becomes part of PID and reviewed and possibly updated at the end of each stage. Communication management strategy is about project stakeholders, what they want to know about the project, how that information will be shared, by whom and when. It talks about the project stakeholders' information needs. It is produced during initiation and becomes part of project initiation document. So there are four strategies in PRINCE2: risk management strategy, configuration management strategy, quality management strategy, and communication management strategy. All four strategies are part of PID and they are reviewed and updated at the end of each stage. Strategies tells us the plan and approach for doing the specific work in your project. Product description are the detailed specifications or functional requirements of your project. So the project product description is at a high level, whereas product description is at a lower level. Project product description is broken down into major functionality in your project, and then each functionality is described within product description. For example, let's think of I am doing a design for a car. So my expectation about the car at a very high level and the visioning is described in project product description, like uh, the 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 capacity of the car and the expectations like mileage, maintenance, cost, so on. I describe at a very high level in project product description in the beginning, but the detailing will be done later on when the project manager does planning for the project or at the time of doing the stage planning. So the music system, the tires, the suspension, the engine, the interiors, the air conditioner, all of these are the products that makes up the car. For each major product, I write what is my expectation and required functionality, and that's what I call product description. It clearly indicates the functionality, how it will be checked, how it will be accepted, and who is going to sign off the functionality. Project plan is prepared as part of planning, that is during initiation stage by the project manager. PRINCE2 supports three levels of plans: project plan, stage plan, and team plan. Project plan is a very high level roadmap of your project. It shows you the high level milestones, budget, and targets of your project. Project plan is used as a baseline plan by the project board to see how the project is progressing. It is updated at the end of each stage by the project manager to see how the project is being done, percent complete at the project level, and the percent remaining. The project initiation document, that is the PID, is actually a compilation and assembly of all other planning documents. So the four strategies: the project plan, the project control requirements, project product description, and the project team structure is all captured within the PID. You can think about a PID as having hyperlinks to all these documents, or you can have various different sections within the PID which contains all these documents. The business case is also part of PID. PID is used as a basis for decision making throughout the project. At the end of initiation, PID is reviewed and authorized by the project board. It is baseline, and then the various at the end of various stages, it is used as a reference to see how we are performing on the project. The PID replaces the project brief, and the PID is used at the time of closure to see how the project performed against the original original baseline plan. Benefits review plan is prepared by the project manager at the time of initiation. Benefit review plan tells how the project benefit should be confirmed and reviewed, who is accountable for conducting the review, when the project benefit review should take place, what will be reviewed as part of benefits review. This plan helps the organization in confirming the project benefits. So post project, when the project management team is disbanded, this plan is used by the operations or corporate teams to see whether the project actually achieved those benefits projected in the business case. So business case is used to decide whether the project is justified and good to go ahead, whereas benefit review plan is used to confirm the benefits documented in the business case. Benefit review plan is reviewed and updated by the project manager at the end of each stage and handed over to the operations team at the time of closure. Work package is used by the project manager to delegate work to team manager. It is prepared by the project manager as part of controlling a stage. So if I am doing stage 2, and if I have to develop the payments functionality on my website, I will work with the team manager who is responsible to develop that functionality. We agree the terms on scope, time, cost, quality, reporting, problem handling, and tolerance, and it is documented in the work package. Just like the PID is a contract between project manager and the project board, work package is a contract between project manager and the team manager. Team manager receives the work package in managing product delivery, makes his own plan, and delivers the products required by the work package to the project manager. Stage plan is produced just before the stage is about to begin to keep it more realistic and relevant. So, like I mentioned earlier, Prince2 has three levels of plan: project plan, stage plan, team plan. Project plan shows how many stages we have and the overall budget, scope, and timelines, whereas stage plan indicates the plan for the given stage in details, like the work to be done, team, efforts, cost, but at a lower level. It is used by the project manager for the day-to-day management of the stage. It is produced in managing stage boundary, and it is approved by the board using directing a project. Team plan is used by the team manager to describe how the work package will be delivered to the project manager. Team plan is produced in managing product delivery. It defines the task, dependencies, resources, efforts, and cost of the project. Exception plan is an optional plan. It's not one of the levels of plans. However, if a project or a stage plan is forecast to exceed tolerance, the project manager goes to the board and briefs them about the problem using exception report. If the board approves the exception report, they may ask the project manager to produce exception plan to replace the plan in question. So if stage plan cannot be delivered within agreed tolerance, you will have to prepare exception plan that replaces the current stage plan. It's like the recovery actions required to come out of the exception situation. It shows you all the activities required to bring the project back on track. The exception plan that replaces project plan is approved by the corporate, whereas exception plan that approves stage plan is approved by the project board. So just to summarize quickly, baseline products are planning documents. They are used as a basis for decision making. They are version controlled, maintained throughout the project. Now let's look at records. Records are used for controlling and tracking projects. Let's have a quick look at the records now. Risk register is where we capture all identified risks of the project. That includes threats and opportunities. Risk register for each identified risk describes what is it, the probability, that is the chance of it occurring, the impact, and the proximity, that is when the risk can occur. It also talks about the responses that are planned to uh, basically deal with the identified risk and who is going to look after those responses. Risk register is used to track the status of project risk and ensure the project exposure to risk is basically kept at a level acceptable to the corporate and the project board. Risk register is set up during initiation and it is used throughout the project by the project manager to make sure project risks are managed and controlled. At the time of closure, the risk register is closed and any open risk is transferred to follow-on action recommendations. Quality register is also set up during initiation. Quality register basically keep tracks of all planned and actual quality activities. So for example, if a quality review is planned during stage 2 for payments functionality, it says the planned date for quality review, who is going to do the quality review, when the actual review took place, and the result of the quality review, that is passed or failed. Quality register is maintained by the project manager or the project support, and in some cases you might even want team manager to update the quality register. Issue register is used to capture project issues. PRINCE2 has three types of project issues. Request for change, that is some additional work request. Off specification, that is the delivered products do not meet customer requirements, and problem or concerns. All these three types of issues are reported to the project manager, and the project manager will follow the procedure given in configuration strategy to maintain the issue register. So all risks are documented in the all issues are documented in the issue register along with the actions taken or actions recommended and the current status of issues. Issue register is only used for formal management of issues. Informal management issues that needs to be informally managed, they go to the daily log. Product status account covers the report for the entire project or a given stage. It basically provides a snapshot of all project products along with their latest version and status. Usually, it is maintained by the project support at the end of each stage. This report helps the project manager to understand the current status of products. Configuration item record is the version history of each project deliverable. So if you have business requirements document, if you have project design document, if you have project architecture document, all of them, if they have been revised due to a change request or to fix some off specification, any changes done to that deliverable are recorded in configuration item record, which says the version history of every deliverable. That is, what change was made, what is the current version, apart from that, who made the change, which change request number, and so on. So it offers a traceability of version changes. Daily log is used by project manager uh, like a project diary. Any informal issues are recorded in the daily log, and project manager also records follow-ups and meetings to plan. It's just like a to-do list for the project manager. Lessons log is used by the project manager to record lessons learned during the project. The team manager sends lessons using checkpoint report, which is recorded by project manager in the lessons log. And periodically, either while doing the status reporting or at the end of stage or at the end of project, the project manager compiles the lessons in a lessons report and submits it to the project board. The relevant lessons are then referred to the corporate for implementing them at the company level so that we can improve the way we run projects. So the records, once again, we have daily log, lessons log, risk register, issue register, quality register, configuration item records, and product status account. Now let's have a quick look at the reports. Reports are produced by project manager and team manager. Reports tell the recipient about the status updates, the progress made since last reporting period. In PRINCE2, there are two types of reports: time driven and event driven. Time driven reports are those which are prepared at an agreed frequency, like every Friday or fortnight or first of each month or first Monday of each month, and so on. What kind of reporting is required is defined in communication management strategy. Now, this reporting is only between project board and project manager and project board and the corporate. So, reporting requirements between them, these people, is captured in communication management strategy. So, at what times project manager should send regular reports within the stage is defined in communication strategy. Whereas the reporting requirement between project manager and team manager is defined at the time of agreeing work package. So the work package describes at what frequency team manager should send checkpoint report to the project manager. Time driven reports are checkpoint report and highlight report, whereas all others are event driven reports. Let's have a quick look at them. Checkpoint report, time driven, written by the team manager as described in the work package. It's produced in managing product delivery, and it helps the project manager understand the status of the work package. It tells what happened during since last reporting period and what is scheduled for the next reporting period. It also shows the lessons learned, issues faced by the teams, and the tolerance left. Highlight report is the report between project manager and the project board. However, anybody who wants to receive highlight report will also be mentioned in the communication strategy. Highlight report is prepared on the defined frequency, for example, each Friday, and it tells the board and stakeholders about where we are on the current stage. So these are like in progress report for the stage. It tells progress made since last reporting period and plan for the next reporting period. The tolerances status, the risks, issues faced during the reporting period, and general health indicator. These are sent to the board and stakeholders. Lessons report is the compilation of lessons learned during the period. They help summarize what has gone well and what can help in the future. It also talks about what's wrong and how we can improve in the future. The board will make lessons report available to the corporate, who will ensure that those lessons are implemented in the company to improve the overall processes within the company. Issue report is created event specific, like a request for change or an off specification or a problem or concern. It describes a formal issue, its impact and recommendation. It is prepared by project manager, but anybody else can also make it. Uh, it helps in decision making. It is produced as part of controlling a stage process by the project manager. Exception report is another event-driven control created by the project manager. It is created when any of the six project tolerance is forecast to exceed. If you recall, these six tolerance areas are scope, time, cost, quality, risk, and benefits. If any of them is threatened to exceed, the project manager prepares exception report, which indicates what is the problem, what has caused the problem, what are the recommendations to solve the problem, and what has been learned. It tells the situation and it helps the board to make a decision about the situation. If the tolerance is exceeding at the stage level, the decision is made by the board. But if tolerance is exceeding at the project level, the board refers the problem to the corporate, who can make the decision on that tolerance exceed. It is prepared by project manager in controlling a stage process. End stage report is prepared again by the project manager towards the end of each stage. It is prepared in managing stage boundary process. It helps the board to understand the status of the project at the end of each stage. It is sent to anybody who is listed in the communication management strategy. The board will use end stage report to decide what to do next with the project. It is not prepared for the last stage because the last stage is actually the end of the project. That's where you prepare end project report. End project report is prepared by project manager at the time of project closure using closing a project process. It describes how the project performed against its baseline targets as described in the PID. End project report is sent to whosoever listed as a recipient in communication management strategy. The end project report describes the lessons, the recommendations, follow-on actions, that is the outstanding issues. Apart from that, it also describes project team performance and project plan versus actual and the sign-offs obtained. These are all the products that we use during PRINCE2. So to summarize, there are total 26 set of information or products required during the project. These can be categorized into baseline, records, and reports. The 7 PRINCE2 processes use these products to create, review, or update them. This presentation is done by Projecting IT, who are an accredited training organization. We offer PRINCE2 Agile, Change Management, and Earned Value trainings across the world through online, live, and classroom programs. You can visit us on www.projectingit.com for more information. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the session.